Hi, this is Amy Mayer with Fried Technology. Fried Technology is a professional development company, and what we do is we help teachers learn to use technology. So this video is coming to you today probably from your child's teacher or from your school district, and we're going to teach you everything that you need to know as a parent about Google Classroom, and we're also going to make sure that you know some things that your student may need to know for Google Classroom. So let's get started. The first thing I'd like to encourage you to do, if you're not already, is use the Chrome browser. If your child is using a Chromebook, then this solves the problem. They're automatically logging in and you're probably not having a lot of problems with that, and you can skip forward in this video. But if they're using your Mac or PC at home, then you may be having some login problems, some issues where you go and try to attach work and it's not there, or you're unable to join a Google Classroom you've been asked to join, things like that. And I want to show you why that's happening and how to prevent it. So the first thing you'll want to do is download the Chrome browser onto your computer if you do not have it already, and then you'll be prompted to log in. You're probably, if you're already using it on your computer, you're probably already logged in. So let me show you how to find your login and how to add a new account for your student. In the top right-hand corner of your Chrome browser, if you have restarted recently and it doesn't need an update, then you'll see these three dots. We call them hot dogs. And just to the left of that symbol, the hot dogs, you will see another symbol. This could be a circle with an initial in it. It could be a little picture like I have. Just look for the circle that is to the left of the hot dogs. And here you'll see the account that you're logged in with. If this is not your student's account, what you want to do is go ahead and go down to the bottom to add an account for your student. And this is how you'll do it. Right here, I'm going to put my student's name. My son's name is Max, so I'm going to call it Max's account. And I'm going to choose a picture to represent his account, which will help me differentiate it from my own. And I'll click Add. And now what I'll get is an entirely new, fresh browser that Max will be able to use on my computer without mixing his account data up with mine. So now I'll want to sign in and make sure I'm signing in with my child's Google account from the school district. Once your child is logged in with his or her school district account, then everything will go much more smoothly because Google Classroom is meant to work with that account and with your child's Google Drive account, which you are now logged into because you're logged into the Chrome browser with your child's account. Now, you will not be able to log into Google Classroom as a parent. There's no way for school districts to allow you to do that. If they want, they can create Guardian summaries for you, which would come to your email account, but your child will need to log into Google Classroom with his or her account. The next thing we'll do once we're logged in is we'll navigate to Google Classroom. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this today, just in case one of these ways ever doesn't work. So one way I can get there is I can just start typing classroom.google.com in this long white box at the top, classroom.google.com, and that will take me to Google Classroom. Another way to get there is from the new tab, and I can always grab a new tab just by clicking that plus sign. In the top right-hand corner, I can use this symbol, which we call the waffle, and I can find Google Classroom inside this symbol. Yours could be further down. If you'd like to move it up because it's a place you're going every day, you can go ahead and click, hold, and drag that Google Classroom icon up. And let's go ahead and click on it and go to Google Classroom. Now, by the way, you can also use Google Classroom on an iPad, tablet, smartphone, any of those. You'll just want to get the Google Classroom app from the App Store. You'll probably also will want to get the Google Drive app, the Google Docs app, and perhaps the Google Slides app as well. They're all free, and you can log into all of them. Your child can log into all of them with his or her school district account. All right, you'll notice on my Google Classroom homepage, I have some classrooms here. And what I'll point out to you is that this round circle is my teacher's picture or symbol. Some school districts don't allow teachers to add pictures, so you may just see a symbol of their initial. And so I'm logged in now as a student. And that's why I see this join button right here. So a teacher has invited me to join this classroom. Now, your child may have already been joined to his or her Google Classrooms during an activity at school, or you may need to click join on some of those classrooms. So let's do that and look around inside the Google Classroom. Okay, let's take a look at the parts of a Google Classroom from a student's perspective. First of all, we'll see the stream. The stream is a running list of everything that has happened in Google Classroom. There could be discussions here, like this one, for example. This is a discussion. There could be information that's been posted, probably from the classwork page. There could be announcements from my teacher. The stream is just a running list of what has happened in Google Classroom. The next tab I'll see at the top is the classwork page, and on this page I'll see my assignments and materials that I'm meant to use for my learning. Many teachers have a class materials or reference resources section in their Google Classroom, and this is meant to be resources that you come back to from time to time, but not necessarily anything that you have to do or turn in. This particular classroom has a section called Assignments, and in this section we may see things that we're supposed to complete or do. Let's take a look at one of these assignments. We're going to look at this one called Today's Math Assignment Volume, which has a due date of March 25th. So I'll go ahead and click once to expand the assignment, and then what I want to do is click through to the full assignments page for this assignment. On this assignments page, I see some materials that I can use to learn. So this is a website. Here's a YouTube video. This is another website that has a video embedded. And this is something that my teacher is expecting me to actually create or do. And when I click on this link to be taken to my assignment that I'm supposed to create, what I get is a Google file that opens in another tab and a place where I can actually do my work. When I complete my work, I can return to my assignment and I can click Turn In to complete my work and let my teacher know that I'm finished and ready for feedback. On the classwork page, we see a couple more areas. We see a place to take a look at anything that has been tagged as an assignment. We see a place to look at anything that has been tagged with any of the topic names in the classroom, or we can look at all the topics at once. We see a place to look at our Google Calendar. This will show us a Google Calendar that is tied to this classroom, and if we have any due dates, they will appear on this calendar as well. So here you can see that assignment from March 25th on the Google Calendar. The teacher didn't have to put that on there, Classroom added it automatically. I can also click on the Class Drive folder, and this will show me where my work is housed inside Google Drive. So Google Classroom works in conjunction with Google Drive. It's an important thing to know because if your teacher asks you to attach a Google Doc and she hasn't provided a template, then you would create that Google file from Google Drive, which you can locate through that waffle that we looked at before on the New tab. Here's my Google Drive button. And here's my Google Drive, and you can even see the file that we just opened and worked on. When I click on the Class Drive folder from the classwork page, I'll see the Google Drive folder that is attached to this classroom where my assignments will automatically be stored. It's important not to change this folder. This is all done by Google Classroom itself, and you don't need to do anything to try to organize it, and you should not move files out of this folder or try to change folder names or anything like that. Just leave this alone. It's just something that you can go and look at to make it easier to find your files. If your child needs to see what his or her work is, you can use this button in the top left-hand corner, and this will show you any work that has been assigned to the child in Google Classroom. And then we can use this handy link in the top left-hand corner to go back to the stream of our Google Classroom. Let's go take a look at the People page inside Google Classroom. This People page will show us any teachers or co-teachers that have been assigned to our child's classroom and our child's classmates' names. Now, you will not see your child's name on this list, only his or her classmates' names. If you're seeing this list, you know that you are inside Google Classroom. If you need to contact your teacher from here, you can use this little envelope symbol. You can click that and you can email your teacher right from here. It's important to know that Google Classroom is not necessarily a synchronous learning environment. That is, you're not going to get in here and see a video chat going on on unless that's through another link that you click to get to that video chat. This is an asynchronous learning environment. So if you're unable to do the assignment at 3 p.m., the assignment will still be there at 7 p.m. So it's an asynchronous environment, and you shouldn't get in expecting to see a video chat going on. So let's take a look at how we would turn in an assignment if our teacher has not provided a template. She or he has asked us to do something in Google Drive and attach it, and let's learn how to do that. Just like this account, your child may have multiple Google Classrooms, and when you need to switch to a different Google Classroom, you can use these 3 lines in the top left-hand corner, and you can switch to different classrooms right from here. So I'm going to switch to a different classroom now, and we'll take a look at an assignment together. Let's go ahead and open up the assignment and go to the assignment page and see what we've been asked to do. So in this particular assignment, we've been asked to create a presentation that shows what the term literary plot means. And we don't have any files attached to this at all. This means that the teacher is expecting us to do our own research and learning on the web, create a presentation, and then attach it to this Google Classroom assignment. So let's go ahead and get started with learning how to attach that file. First of all, we've been asked to create a presentation. And since our child's school district is using the Google ecosystem, we're going to navigate to Google Drive to create that presentation. So let's go ahead and click the New button in the top left-hand corner, and we'll find the Google Slides choice in our file creation options. That gave us a brand new slide presentation to work with. So let's go ahead and pretend we've completed our assignment, and we'll give our presentation a name. So I'll click right up here in the top left where it says Untitled, and I'll just type right over Untitled Presentation and give my presentation a name. All right, there we go. Now our file has a name. Just so we can add a little jazz to it, I'll choose one of these themes, and then we'll return to Google Classroom and turn it into our teacher. I've navigated back to Google Classroom again, and I'm looking at the assignment page for the assignment I'm working on. And now it's time for me to add my file that I created to the assignment. So I'll click the plus Add or Create button. And now I know I have created my file already inside Google Drive. So let's go ahead and go to Google Drive, and we'll find the file. Since I've just made the file, it's in my recent files, and I can click on it and choose Add. And now I see that my file has been attached to my assignment, and I can click Turn In and Turn In. Now that my file has been turned in, if I return to my file, I'll notice that I am not able to continue working on it. So if I prematurely turned it in and I'm actually not ready yet, I can go back to Google Classroom and click Unsubmit and unsubmit my file, and then I'll regain editing access. If my teachers ask me also to attach something that maybe is not stored in Google Drive, I can do that with the Add or Create button too. If it's on my computer or on my cell phone, for example, a picture that I've taken, then I can use the Add or Create button to attach a file that is external to Google Drive. Now we know that it can be a bit much sometimes with secondary students. They may have 7 or 8 different Google Classrooms to contend with. And so if you use these 3 lines in the top left-hand corner, you'll be able to look at a to-do list, which will give you a global view of everything that students are supposed to create inside Google Classroom. This will also let you take a look at what has already been created. When a student's work is in process in Google Classroom, teachers may communicate with students through Google Classroom. For a moment, I'm going to show you what that looks like from the teacher's perspective. This is the teacher's view of the same classroom we've been using for demonstration purposes. And now I'm going to take a virtual look over my student's shoulder through Google Classroom by looking at the assignment that I've assigned my student. So you can see on this page, if I had multiple students, I would see every student's assignment here, and I can click this link and I can take a look at what my student has written so far on his or her essay, and I can also communicate with my students about this work. Now, this is why we encourage teachers to attach work to an assignment instead of having students do that, because they lose this functionality if they don't know to do that. So through here, a teacher can add comments to a student's work. And a teacher can also carry on a discussion with students through this private comments area. Let's go back to Google Classroom and see where we can see this as a student. When I return to my assignment in Google Classroom where I'm looking at it as a student, I now see my teacher's comment on the title of my essay. So now I can reply to that and we can carry on a conversation. I can ask questions. Let's take a look for that private comment my teacher left for me. I'm back now on my assignment page that I'm looking at as a student, and I can now see the private comment that my teacher left for me, and I can send a comment back. I hope this overview of Google Classroom has helped you feel more confident in supporting your student using Google Classroom. If you'd like to show it to your students, I hope that it will help them feel more confident as well. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.